What's up, everybody? A couple of days ago, I prayed and I said, Lord, winter is here and I'm gonna need your help so that I have a good attitude. Y'all, I don't like winter. I want to have my clothes off. That sounded really bad, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how like you have to put like a billion clothes on, and then once you have them on, then you get hot, but yet you're still in the cold, so you can't take them off because then you're instantly cold, so you keep them on, but you're hot. Like, it's just too much. Like, I don't know, I'm just not about that life, and I know probably most of y'all are. No, bring the heat back, bring it back, bring it back. So the Lord is going to help me with my attitude, and we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Okay, so I kind of just wanted to say some things to encourage y'all, okay? So I didn't know what I was doing, you know, when I started all this. I still don't. Let's be real, okay? I don't know what I'm doing. But here's the deal, okay? I did something, okay? So let's take the double shots, for example, right? All I knew is that I wanted to help people, okay? That's my heart. And then I wanted to teach what I was learning, like from reading books and like growing myself. I was like, dang, this is good stuff. Let me help people, right? So all that's inside me, I want to do help people, okay? So, and I feel like that's the best way, by you experiencing it yourself first and then teaching it, right? You going through it so that you have experience in it, right? So, and then I knew I wanted to do fitness of some sort because my life is just full of it. I love it. It's my passion. I just know all the good that comes through fitness and all the growth that can come through fitness and what it creates, you know, like confidence, especially in women, and like, and so anyway, that's all I knew. But all that stuff, that wasn't in a format. Like, that was just like, this is all I knew, okay? What does that mean? These are things that I want to do. There's no format, okay? Well, I just, you know, thought about it and I wanted to put those things together. And that's what I did, okay? And so that's how I came up with the double shots. And I didn't know if it would be good or not. I had no clue. You don't know when you're starting what it's going to do, right? So you just have to do it. And that's what I did. Literally, you just have to do it. If you feel like you have to know it all before you start, Lord, you're not going to start. You're just never going to start. Or you're never going to know it all, okay? And and then to figure out if something works, you have to try it. This is not hard. Like, it's common sense. Like, but it's like it's the other aspects of it, the fear of maybe people not liking it and thinking something of you, or it's mainly the fear of people, I feel like, you know, like, what are people gonna think? Like, I'm gonna look dumb, or what if it flops? Like, who cares? Like, literally, who cares? You know? The only way to find out if something works is to try it. It just, bottom line, you gotta try it, okay? So that's what I did. I was like, hey, I don't know, whatever, I'm gonna go in this direction until I know, yes or no, you know? So that's what I did. I started them, and I love them. Like, it's good for me because it gives me personal development. It gives me the fitness aspect. Plus, I use my double shots for posts and like a bunch of other stuff. So like, a lot of good has come from it, and just by me trying it has led to other things, because things grow on top of the other thing. So you have to do the thing to get to the next thing, to get to the next thing, right? So you just have to try it. Like, so much good has come from these double shots. That also doesn't mean that I'm stuck doing double shots forever, because this is what I've said I'm gonna do. This is what I'm doing for now. Like, this is what is going good for me now. And if it didn't go good for me, I would have stopped. Like, you know, you don't this is your thing. You do, you run the show. Like if you're trying to do your own business, you can do what you want to do, you know, what you feel like is serving people at that time. Like you go through different phases. So even though I love my double shots right now, getting so much good from them, I may not do them forever because I may have another thought and be like, oh my gosh, you know, now I'm gonna do this. Like or like, oh, I'm gonna take my double shots and actually do this with them instead, or whatever, you know, like I'm not stuck to it. So don't have that fear too, you know, like, oh man, once I start this, like I'm in it for the long haul. So that means I just have to stick to this one thing, you know, because I'm getting it out there. And then what if it doesn't go good? Who cares? You can do what you want. You can change it when you don't feel like you're gaining anything from it anymore, you know? Like that's what I do. Like as long as it's serving its purpose in that time, like write it out. Like double shots are great. I'm gonna keep going with my double shots. We're at 101 right now, you know? Like I'm not mad about it, but like at some point it may change, and that's okay. There's so much great that has come from it, you know? And even if this was like, nah, I'm not gonna do my double shots, I'm just not a fan of them, I'm sure I would have learned something from that process, you know? Like I would have gained something from trying these double shots for sure, because I have, you know? But anyway, so I know there's a lot of fear that goes behind it, but don't fear being stuck in something once you start. Don't fear, you know, people not liking it. Who freaking cares? Like you're gonna figure it out, and you know it's gonna serve some people and it's not gonna serve some people, because you're not gonna please everybody. You're just not. Okay. Also, don't fear starting because you have to start. You just have to start to figure it out. That is bottom line. Okay, y'all, I'm at 7.5 minutes. We're not even gonna be able to work out today. Just kidding, we're working out. Sorry about this. Okay, I've gone over. I got so passionate, you guys. I got so passionate. Okay, I'm gonna read this quote. It's gonna hurt a little bit. Okay, so hang in. Okay, it says, so often we pretend we've made a decision, like to go after something or commit to a goal or whatever it is, when what we've really done is signed up to try until it gets too uncomfortable. Oh, that's by Jen Sincero. Ain't that the truth? So often we pretend we've made a decision when what we've really done is signed up to try until it gets too uncomfortable. That hurt a little bit. It's so true. So true. That's why you have to make a no nonsense decision. Otherwise, when things come up, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna get a little too tough. It's taking a little too long, and then you're like, I'm not comfortable anymore. I'm not in my comfort zone. This is a little not feeling good, you know? So we bail. Just gonna let that one sink in for a minute. Today is a good day. All right, you guys, you are loved massively, ferociously, unconditionally. God is totally freaking out about how awesome you are, and he's got you wrapped in a huge hug of adoration. He wants to give you everything you desire. He wants you to be happy. He wants you to see what he sees in you. It's the truth. That is actually from You Are a Bad ASS by Jen Sincero. And I loved that, you know, because just knowing who you are, it just helps you become the person that you may want to be, you know, whether it's, you know, confident or feeling secure, or just not having fear, going out, stepping out and doing the things you wish you would do, all those things, you know, like knowing who you are first is like the first step to be able to conquer all those things, I feel like, you know? So just knowing who you are, knowing that you're loved, and that, you know, like if you mess up, you mess up. Like we forgive ourselves and we move forward, because God wouldn't have us sit in our guilt forever, you know, like just like so remorseful. That's not how he would handle it. So we shouldn't do that, you know, like a lot of people will sit in their guilt, you know, and their shame, but that's never how he would act, you know, like that's never what he would tell you. So we don't need to do that, you know, like we can realize, hey, maybe we messed up, or hey, you know, we haven't taken the leaps of faith that we want to, but you know what? Here we go. Let's try again, you know? So I hope that sinks in for you. I think that's where a lot of like my confidence and going after things, like I've said in another one, Godfidence, that's all it is, you know? So it's pretty cool to know who you are and whose you are. Whenever you start to change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, right? And I think that's a big deal. It's I have to do this versus I get to do this, right? So I think that's a big deal, because most things that we complain about or whatever, you know, are actually a huge blessing, but it's all about how you look at it. So for example, I have to go to work again, right? You get to go to work because you have a job. There's so many people that don't have a job, right? Or I have to clean my house again. You get to clean your house because you have a house. So many people do not have a house. A house is a huge blessing, right? Or I have to run my kids around everywhere again. You get to run your kids around because you have kids. There's so many people that can't have kids, or just don't have a mate yet to be able to have kids, you know, like your kids are a blessing. Or for me, I have to pick up poop in my backyard again. I get to pick up poop because I have a dog that is freaking amazing, that fulfills my life. Like, we're best buds. He adds so much to me. I add joy to him, I'm sure. You know, like, that's a blessing to have him. You know, so there's so many things. I have to work out again. You get to work out because you have a capable body. You know, there's so many people who either have some type of sickness, or they don't have fully functioning body parts. Like, it is a blessing to get to work out. Do you know how many people would kill to be able to even get to work out? You know, like, it's just about how we see things. And I have a best friend, y'all saw her walk by. I have a best friend that she calls herself a positive queen, and she freaking is, because like there's just no way I could stay down, like, and which is great because I don't like to stay down, you know, but even if you have a moment, you can't have a moment around her, you know, like if you bring any of these things to her, that's exactly what she's gonna say. She's gonna be like, oh, you're complaining that you have to sit in traffic? Well, just be grateful that you even have a car to even be able to sit in traffic. Be grateful that you even have a job to drive to, you know, like, and I'm like, okay, oh, shoot, okay, I get it. You know, you're right. But like having that mentality in life, like having that change of how you see things, like if you change that, you're gonna change your life, you know? I mean, that goes from like ungratefulness, negativity, to like being grateful and happy and positive about the things, even if they are messy, you know, finding the good from it, all that. Like, that's a huge shift. It could create a huge shift in your life if you change the way you see things. So let's do that.